HR173. So this is our next victim. Just looking it over quickly, I haven't even checked the gas, but it has no brake for the, like when you let go, the engine stops and the blade stops to turn. So somebody's already disconnected the brake, and I think then this is the kill switch for the lawnmower to stop the engine. So I don't think it has a brake, which is no big deal. When I was a kid, no lawnmowers had a brake. Hey, give me a brake! But what scares me is I'm seeing square nuts on the rewind, and it looks like somebody's gone from metric to standard, so that scares me a little bit. I guess we should look at the air filter. And I got a little story to tell you about this lawnmower. No, it's fine. It's a foam. So the couple that own this lawnmower, they've had a lawn service for quite a few years. This has been in the shed. They don't know how many years. But everybody goes googly-eyed when they see that H, eh? So anyway, they called me through a friend who lives out by them. And they'd asked me if I could get this running for them because neither one of them are working right now with this virus scare, and they're not using a lawn service this year. So if I can get this running for them, they're going to save a pile of money. They live in a very place with they live in a place with a very small yard, right? So I guess the first thing to do is to check the oil. Now that this air filter looks terrible, right? But it might be savable. Although I got a hunch it's going to deteriorate when I wash it in solvent. Oh, it's got oil. Let's get a rag. Surprisingly enough, it's got oil. And once again, I harp on this, when you're checking a Honda for oil, you just dip it in, you don't screw it in, right? And it's got more oil than we can use. So that's good. So now the next thing is to get this air filter out of here, because we don't know if it's coming apart and getting sucked into the engine or what. Oh, it's fine. It's a little delicate, we'll say. So I'm just gonna, now that we've got the compressor all looking good, I'm just gonna stick my thumb down in here so we don't get any crud in there. Yeah. That's fun. I'm probably one of the only lawnmower guys that thinks that that is fun. Are you looking? Now, I think another problem. So somebody just put this away. Look at that. They used it to clean the yard. So I'm going to dump that out into my compost bin. All right. I just talked to the manager of procurement and fulfillment of the BTH V1 Empire, Trudy, and she says the neighbors, the people that, she was talking to them on the phone, I don't do that anymore, and she says that they had a squirrel saving these inside the shed. So these were all put in here by the squirrel, but I'm surprised that he didn't eat through the bag, eh? So we may have more problems with this a little more than we realize. But anyway, I just thought I'd add that. All right, now it's fun for the fun part. Let's see what the grassoline looks like. Yes, I say grassoline. When my daughter was little, that's what she called it. It's 40 now. Oh, there's gas in it. Oh, I wonder if it's the kind... Yes, it has a shut-off on the carburetor, so if we're lucky, they turned off the gas on the carburetor. Oh, it's yellow. Yeah. There's no water. Is there water in it? A little. Now let's get a tape measure and measure that blade. The blade itself is 16 inches. Fun! Okay, now we're going to clean this mess up and then see if we can prime this motor. Because we know it has oil. I know, yes, dirty oil is bad, but no oil is worse. So let me just scoop this up. I know everybody thinks that, not everybody, but most people think that squirrels are cute and they have a beautiful, long, cute, curly tail and little brown eyes. But really, to me, they're a rat with a cute tail. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, that's enough bending over for this old gaffer. Now, my procurement and fulfillment managers thinks that this lawnmower is in really bad shape, but I don't think it is. So first thing I'm going to do is see what kind of drainage we have on the carb. Let's get a ratchet wrench. That makes life easier. Metric ratchet. 10. Okay, we're going to just, what we're doing here, sorry about that. I know I do that, right? Let's just undo the little bolt on the carburetor and see where's the magic chair. We're going to see what kind of gas drains out of here. If any. Right? And I'm taking this bolt off, that's the drain on the carburetor. Oh, I want to catch it though. I want to catch it. Ooh, am I in time? Well, there's not much there. Now there is a valve on this carburetor. I'm gonna have to come around. Right there. Neither way. Well, that's too bad. I don't know which one's off and which one's on. If I did, I'd be a small engine mechanic. Well, let's just put a little bit of gas in it and see which way it flows. The gas tank's pretty clean. Don't need much. All of this stuff that we're doing here, oh, there, it's leaking out. So that is gas on there and gas off there. See that? Okay, gas on. And gas off. Okay, spark plug check. Oh. Broken boot. What size is that? Looks like a 3/4 inch. I bet you it's dirty. This machine hasn't seen a lot of maintenance. Oh my gosh, look at that. What is it? I'm just going to clean it up and find out what kind of a plug it is. Okay, it's a CJ14. Looks like it's gapped about right. Right now everything's just approximate, remember? So let's see if we got a Sparko. It's a flathead. This is an old lawnmower. Okay, watch yourself, because there could be fuel spewing out of the carburetor too. Oh, there's a spark. Good. Okay, let's get it back in there. You guys know what a spark looks like. If not, well, there's lots to Google there. I have a good feeling about this, Sarge. Unless one of those squirrels built a house. Okay, so we're turned on, we've got fuel, we're primed up, it's probably flooded. Okay, here, I think this is the kill switch here. That's actually not done too badly. It's a go! So Hondas aren't the easiest of machines to work on, but lordy, they are made well, eh? I really want to save this little air filter, although I probably can rig a Briggs to match this. Alright, celebration! Now I'm going to just tilt it back, see if it's a girl or a boy, right? There's a couple of things I'm looking for. Okay, there's no drain on the engine. The blade doesn't look too bad. So I'm going to start it up again. I've got to choke it a little bit. Well, isn't that fun? Well, let's go to step 2 after lunch. All right, this is a confession. I'm using gas on this little air filter. Whoop, excuse me. Just because it'll dry quickly in the sun, and it works just fantastic on this. Do not do this at home. I cannot condone it. I will trim it up when it dries. What's next, my friends? Let's get that rewind off of there. So once we get the rewind repaired and we look at see what kind of a block off they did on the engine stop, then we'll have a better idea. So most of this is going to be a 10 millimeter removal. Yeah. I'm just afraid that they've ruined these studs and gone to standard. No, they're good. That's okay, but I'm going to replace them. Maybe, if they're the right thread. Now this last one scares me a little bit. It's probably, if it's standard, it'll be a 3/8. Nope. Might be a 10mm. That would be so fortunate. So the last guy that worked on this was not a shop. It was kind of a handy guy. But he did he use a standard nut on there? I don't think so. That is not a metric. That is not a metric nut. Let's get that rewind off of there. It's actually in good condition, except it's ugly. Wouldn't it be fun to put a little coat of red paint on that? And how much rope don't we have? I don't want to take it apart. I may have to. Okay. Now let's pull the tank and the shroud. And see if the brake's been removed. Let me get a little more room here. Yes, the brake has been removed. Walk this way. So when the handle goes from here to here, there's a little tiny disc brake that lifts from the flywheel to open. And it's on this bracket right here. And it's not even there anymore. But our shutoff wire, which is an old extension cord, but it's actually really good stuff. One goes to the coil, right there. There's the shutoff wire. There's the shutoff wire leaving the coil right there. And there's a ground there, and it leaves up and goes up the handle to our shutoff button. And it actually works pretty good. I might just leave that. And the rest of it looks pretty clean in here. I'm just going to give it an air wash, and then we'll figure this longer rope out for the rewind, and then we can get on with changing the oil, sharpening the blade, oiling the wheels, and calling the owner tomorrow. I always let them sit overnight. Okay, something I did notice right here, right now, in front of you, is the dampening spring was off, and I did hear it slowly increase in idle and then decrease in idle and then increase in idle. So we'll put a good little hook in that, and then we'll just connect it up. Come on, baby. Right into that little hole right there. Oh man. Is it me? Is it my eyes? There. That'll help. So now I'm just going to blow some of this crud out of here now that we've got this open. That's interesting. I didn't have to rebuild the carb on this one, eh? Don't forget to hit record. Okay, this old style rewind. I can't see the other end of the rope. And it only pulls out that far. You need at least another foot there. So let's just go really, really carefully here. It's a 9? Is that right? Give me a break, man. No, it's not 9. Oh, I just had them stashed around. Okay. It's an 8. I thought it was an 8. I thought, okay, we got to be really careful here, guys. I don't want things to go spring. Some more squirrel stuff. That looks fine. Oh, I don't want to do this. I'm almost tempted to take the tension off the spring, and then I can wind the spring back on after. Let's just see how many turns. Good, it's relaxed now, I think. There we go. Good. I'll have to check the video to see how that went on there. I think like that. Where is the end of that rope? I have not seen one of these. There it is. Oh, okay. It was underneath the cap. So let's get this back together fairly fast. Let's give it a little air wash. Excuse me. Did I lose the... Yeah. I killed me. Okay. Now, something I've learned to use on springs that are fairly good is just a little bit of air tool oil, guys. So now that we know how this works, I'm just going to give this a little wipe down and we'll come back. Okay, my friends, we're there. We're going to just make sure that nothing pops out here. Get some needle nose pliers. Needle nose. Pull the rope out here. That's kind of a strange way to do it, eh? And we'll just let the tension off. Doesn't matter, because it has a little notch in the pulley to tighten it up. So we're going to get about twice this amount of rope. Not very much, huh? And then we'll put about 4 winds on this little guy, is my calculation. Put 4 winds on the spring after we get the new rope. I'll be back. Okay, now we just have to get the new rope fed through there. Maybe this end is a little skinnier. I melted both ends with a lighter. Nothing's easy. Nothing worth doing is easy. I know that. I wonder if I have to lift this up. I don't want to. Here we go. And it's got to be down in that hole down there. There it is. Needle nose. My kingdom for needle nose. Right here. Good. And we'll put a half a hitch in there and tighten it up in the vise like I always do. dirt out. Push that through like that, like that. And then we pull this tight. And then our spring goes around like that. There it is. Good. Now, we can put that in, the spring in, and I believe this came off again. And I think it was laid in there like that. And then this. And that has to just poke in there like that. We'll give her a little, just a light tightening up. Now, we're going to wind this up 4 revolutions. There we go. 1. Okay. 2. I say 4. 3. 4. And then we push this through here like, oh, wrong one. Push this through here like that, through there like that. Get rid of that. And it's filling up. I think that's got it. I'm just going to put it on the machine now. I'll put a little bit of tension so that the handle will be right about there. Perfect. Alright, I'm just putting the handle on. Here's a little more slack, eh? Good. A work and rewind. Good. Yes. Okay, so we're there. I'm going to just do a couple of things while you're not looking. I'm going to make sure that connector, the switch to turn the engine off is good, and then I'll pull the blade off and sharpen it. And at the same time, we'll change the oil. I'm going to warm it up. So you might be seeing some of that or not. Who knows, right? Who knows? Thanks. All right. Everything about this thing is small. The blade bolt is 12 millimeters, which is like just less than ½ an inch or so. And it does need a sharpen. So do I do it on the grinder or do I do it? I think I'm just going to do it on the hand grinder. Although I don't want any sparks. I got lots of gas laying around. Oh, that's okay. We'll get her. Okay, let's just do a little gas survey here. Okay, that's gas, that's gas. Just put this outside. I think I have one more container of, what does Tyrell call it? Dinosaur juice? Just a second. No, I think we're good. Okay. That's oil. That should be all right. That's just an oil. So, yes, it takes 400 milliliters of oil. I'm just going to sharpen this. And I'm going to use our, oh man, this old grinder, it's been through the mill. Okay, let's just have another look around for everything's good, no close rags, no gas anywhere. Okay. Crazy, eh? I think that's going to be just fine. Okay, I'm just going to put this back on. You saw how it came off, I think. It's just so cute. Everything about it is miniature. And you know, a lot of properties don't need, pardon me. Here we go. Just a moment, please. Where's the magic chair? I stole a lot of my humor from everybody else that I've met on YouTube. Road King, Zippo, Dave Ackerman. Hi guys. Jim from Not Too Fast For You to See. Hello YouTube. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, drill's in the way. Good. Something's weird here. Okay, there. And there. And there. So now all I gotta do, I think, is add a little oil to this bad boy. I'll just give the cord a little pull. Yep. Go in the right direction. Okay, so I just got to put some oil in it and we're going to give her the old test. Alright my friends, we're done this little mower. There's always one more thing, eh? This piece of metal right here broke. Let me just get you focused in there. Zoomed in. And light, camera, action. Right here. This piece, metal split from this piece. It's all originally one piece. So I put a 10 by 32 through the frame, and then the nut is up from the back, and that's holding this on. But it's still a little wonky, but I don't know what else to do. It's at least held now on both sides, on that side and on this side. It's a little bit wonky, but it's okay. We saved it, right? Okay, I test everything the next day. Because if it starts the next day, it should start when the person who owns it takes it home. Let's give it a go. Joke. Yeah, that's all she takes. Okay, I gotta warm it up a little bit. That's interesting. Yeah, so I just have to let it run on choke a little longer than the ones with the primer, right? So I'm happy, thrilled. Customer's getting a heck of a little lawnmower here, 16-inch. This is probably what they see a lot of in the UK, right? We don't see many lawnmowers this small out here because the yards are usually bigger. But that's going to be a great little lawnmower. for people who are now unemployed and they had to cancel their lawn service. Pretty cool. Thanks again.